Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld False God, Episode 22, Poop Pit Monument. Let me cover what we went over last stream, or at least the end of last stream. The big project we were working on, which took an oddly long amount of time, was these entrance tunnels. They seem simple, but it was a lot of manual labor of cutting stone, laying down stone, digging, etc. And here they are, to the north and to the west. And then, of course, we have the south entrance here, and an east one that I will probably remake and rebuild at some point to fit the tunnel theme. We did start the monument here, and it's built with packed Neolithic dirt. I think what ended up happening is mods that disabled the sort of post-medieval tech stuff probably is the cause, if I was to guess. But in either case, once this is built, except for the flooring, we'll auto-finish. And this quest is for marine armor and a vanometric power cell. We had finally solved some of our food shortages by just planting a variety of vegetables, so that's been real good. We've been eating vegetarian fine meals. And then, if you might have recalled, some of the characters started running on the dirt and sand. So I added one mod to this mod loadout called Perfect Pathfinding, which sort of rewrites the pathfinding engine for RimWorld so that they actually use walkways and consider light levels when doing so. It's kind of a nice mod to use, and it also is a mod that should stop my people from jumping on spike traps, because that was an issue as well. So, as you can see, the priority up top is work towards the Relic of Hathor's Bond. I'm going to be doing that in conjunction with this monument marker, or this monument that we're building. So Hathor's Bond requires a few different things. One is an orbital space drone hack where the Choco tribe comes and attacks us. And then the other is heading out to a secret compound and hacking it. Strange requirements, but that's just RimWorld. It's very difficult. In fact, nobody has done it, so I'll put it that way, to modify RimWorld to pull out the things that don't belong in like a post-tribal or medieval, Neolithic or medieval setting. Because it's baked into the game, and it's really not that possible to remove. Not easily, at least. So we have some guests here, and these guests, a little reminder, were not going to be added. None of them are particularly... they don't have these skills we're looking for, is I think I'm going to put it. There we go. A little bit more symmetry. But yeah, it has been fun to work on the projects that you all have voted on, so I hope to continue that theme. Ooh, look at all this ambrosia. The amount of ambrosia that Randy gives me is like a little ridiculous. I have so much ambrosia all the time, and I have no way to keep it frozen, so it's like a bit of a curse because it rots all the time, always, and there's nothing I can do about it. They will visit again in a few days. Well, that's too bad, because I really didn't like them. You know what I probably should have done is not entertain them and just have them leave. Hey, Jenna. How you doing? Another thing I'm considering is for Amon-Ra to take off the Phoenix armor, because it slows him down considerably. I would leave it on if I had like a jump pack or something, but I'm a little worried that if he heads out to the hack here, the secret compound hack, that he won't be able to outrun things like, oh man, he won't be able to outrun things like Scythers. And that would be a bit of a problem. So we have some alpha beavers that just showed up. The problem with alpha beavers is most of the trees on this map tile, as you can see, if I pan around, are inside my walls. So, being that they are inside my walls, it means that these alpha beavers are likely going to try to come inside. And the only valid path for them to come inside is, well, to go through deadfall traps. So I'm sort of curious if I end up just trapping a bunch of beavers. I think it's actually quite likely. We'll see. Godfather, you want a club? Yeah, absolutely. I am currently working on some plate armor, which isn't exact. Well, I guess it's needed for Guero. But I will queue up another uranium club, actually 2 of them. One for you and Maxu. I guess we are Zug Zug Club people or something. Alright. I'm sending Macho down here so that you can convert some blocks to pristine limestone so that we can continue the monument build. And just like magic, it is fixed. Now, one of the things about the alpha beavers, it's probably not going to be safe to hunt them and to fight them until they have split up. In one large group, they will absolutely massacre and murder you. So I need them to disperse to be able to actually take them down. Or for them to just traipse upon my traps and get themselves smushed. That would work too. In order to avoid some... that probably should be made out of steel. Hey, Stickiest. Thank you for you're the latest follower. You've been spammed by my content on YouTube for the last 3 weeks. I have a new fan. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll cheers that. It's always, I'll put it this way. YouTube's algorithms are a bit of a black box where no one really knows what's going on, if I'm being honest. So I always find it funny when YouTube actually benefits me and shows my content to people, because that's just not the case most of the time. And, well, I don't mind that YouTube, you know, spreading the word of Amun-Ra a little far and wide. You know what I mean? Alright. There is a whole lot of people in the colony now that probably need their clothing dyed. So I'm going to start that, starting with Guero. Yeah, YouTube definitely has what they call like trending terms, and then they will try to promote videos that that have those trending terms in them. So we have Armadillo, who's an underground or pyromania optimist. I don't know if that's an I or an O. I'll call them Iodanatra. Yeah, it's an I, because the last name. Fast learner, sanguine nudist. I like them a lot, but they don't really have skills that I'm looking for, which is kind of the problem. And then Bren here, chemical fascinated psychopath. So I am just going to straight up not entertain them, because I don't want them to come back. And where is Macho? Alright, Macho, come down here. And let convert is on a 8-hour cooldown. We also have a farming site of prickly pears and rice from the Choco tribe. And then wood from the Choco tribe as well. Man, the Choco tribe is really exploiting a lot of the resources around our map tile. Hey, Yoda. Pleasure seeing you here. Yoda has returned. Marauder, thanks for gifting out a sub to Mr. Johns. And Patter Flow, thank you for the follow. Man, he gobbled that up like it was nothing. He's like, more now. Alright, you were just passing by. You were actually not a guest. Taking a look at these beavers. Yeah, they have split up. The other big worry, of course, and I'm sure this occurs to most, if not all of you, is that beavers do like to eat anima trees. So that is a big worry. If you have an anima tree in your colony, make sure it's protected by beavers. Because if it's not, yeah, it will be eaten. And you probably don't want that. Alright, Tarzan and Guero, let's go on a bit of a beaver hunt. Oh, they're in wall one big cluster still. That's annoying. I guess I could try to manhunter pulse them and force them inside. That might be the best approach. So I'm going to set everyone to inside forbidden. Amon-Ra here is going to take off his armor. I wonder who has his X Thrumbo Duster. It should be around here somewhere, right? And I am going to piss them all off and then flee to the inside of the base, having those beavers get massacred by deadfall traps and then my brawlers. Oh, here is the Duster. Perfect. Probably should leave it back here so it doesn't get sold. As much as I like the Phoenix armor, the movement speed penalty of 0.8 is ridiculously high. And because Amon-Ra doesn't have bionic architect legs, or he's not a jogger, etc., he's not on Luciferium. You know, my man needs to move fast. Alright, so let's go and piss those beavers off. Yeah, I'll probably come from the top here. And then setting up people down below. So let me update. Work towards Hather's Bond and kill beavers. Yep. And a wildebeest bull self-tamed. Okay. Well, cool, I guess. Okay, there we go. Beavers have been pissed off. Hey, Dem Tacos, thanks for the resub. And a pet Yoda? Don't mind if I do. Alright, I missed one of these beavers in the Manhunt Pulse. Alternatively, we can leave this open and have the brawlers come in here, because I have designed these tunnels to be perfectly decent choke points for brawlers, as enemies have to come in one at a time, and I defend 3 at a time. And then I think what I'll do is I'll have Amon-Ra standing at this gate here. Oh wow, are they already not manhunted? Well, I split them up, so I guess what I could do is go hunting. Yeah, okay. The Psycast didn't really work itself, but what did work is it broke the group up so that it's not one mega horde, which is useful. Wait, eating my cacti. And Morty and Nick, thank you for the bits, and Shallow Gene Pool for the gifted sub, and Dry Moonlight for the resub. Oh wow, one hit wonder. Nice. Now the clubs here have a chance to stun. So when I'm... Okay, Guero did get nibbled. Oh, Jesus, did he get nibbled. He got his neck scratched badly. Who of this group... Oh, Darzan, Kid, and Med. Okay, 10 Guero. And then the rest of you... No, 10 Guero. And the rest of you keep hunting. Really? Everybody missed? Yo, Kynan, Squeakums. Like, yeah, there's space. Not very wise. Alright, now we have people lining up for medical attention. Amon-Ra should be here soon. And Lolan, thank you for the resub as well. And Nick and Tech Wolf for even more bits. No, you get back here. Okay, we are probably about half done with the beavers. Yeah, there's 4 left out of 10. And I think, given the light levels, I will continue this fight tomorrow. As fighting in the dark comes with penalties enough that I would rather fight in the light. We don't have dark meme or anything like that. Oh wow, there's nowhere to even haul the last beaver. I guess I will stick a little spot there. And it also looks like Mike has not been fully patched up, so noted. How high is their melee, or is it just bad rolls? Most of our melee is not particularly high. I'll go over the bios here. So, 5, 9, 11, 13, 9, 11, 6, 10, 13, 3, 5, 8, and it doesn't matter because Sabin has 1 leg. It's partially bad rolls, and also it's just harder to hit faster moving, smaller creatures. Actually, that might not be true for melee. For range, it's definitely true. Creature size is a big factor. Alright, well, I hope y'all like beaver stew, because that's the food that I have for you. I'm going to have Shellbell pull away from the farm to patch up Mike. They are buying my stuff. Oh. I think the dog hauled the Phoenix armor out of the stockpile, but I'm not... Oh, it's here now. That's pretty funny. I didn't forbid the door, and technically the dog is allowed in there. So, let me change... I think what I need to do is I need to create a zone for the dog so that Tarmarin doesn't do that, because obviously it's going to be a problem if he does. So on these storages here, I'm going to take Phoenix armor off. See if I can get all the shelves. Paste. And haul. Alright, so if I have a new zone, animal haulers. I think it's going to be easiest to paint where they shouldn't be. Dog is trying to get people to be executed? Yes. The thing is, I don't know, I wasn't looking, so I don't know who was able to look upon it. So there's a high likelihood that, like, people did wander in there, but because I wasn't paying attention to that, I have no way to persecute those that might have seen the armor. Okay, doors forbidden. So, animal haulers shouldn't go into those bedrooms. I'm going to let them to go... Actually, I'm going to let them go into these bedrooms, because the animal will be trained in rescue. Is there anywhere else? No, I think that's it for now. So let's go to zones and invert that. How much time is left on the monument? 22 days. It's not exactly dangerously pending or anything like that. So why... Oh, hi, wildebeest. Why have we not used up the meat for pemmican? That's what I'm wondering. Oh, and one of them went mad. Alright, well, good luck. Because you're going to get yourself killed, and I don't even need to do anything. Splat! There goes another one. Queerzilla, thanks for all the bits, by the way. And Thor, cheers. Yeah, 22 days. Generally speaking, the monuments give you a lot of time unless you lack the raw resources to do it. It's not always true, but that's usually the case. Another one bites the dust. Yeah, I'm only down to 3 now that I need to massacre. We're also nearly done with this monument too. Another thing that I don't think I've done is a no roof zone over it, because obviously I don't want to roof that up ever, because removing those roofs would be really annoying. A flash storm! That's fun. Am I making the monument entirely out of pristine limestone? Yes, yes I am. It's got to match the aesthetic of our colony. I mean, obviously the workshop district is a little different. And at some point I probably need to build like a dedicated bed, or a prison, rather. Alright, so Amun-Ra, what are you working on? Grass. Got it. I am going to put together a hit squad. And here are the last 3 remaining beavers. Couldn't the monument be a new prison? Let's take a look. I need to... Yes, but after 15 days. So, monuments... Some monuments, the moment they're built, they're done, and you can break them down immediately. And then some need to stay protected for a certain amount of time. This one for 15 days. So if I put anything in this monument, like let's say a bed for prisons, it will invalidate the quest, and I will lose my... Ouch. Dang, they always go for the face. Always go for the face. I would lose some of my my reputation with them, my faction relation. Alright, I believe this is the last one. Shellbell, are you... Okay, Shellbell, I want you to cook, because Sabin must not be cooking fast enough to keep up with the meat that we are accumulating. No, pat your head. Okay. We are done. Beavers are done. Alright. The current priority now is work to the relic and build the monument. Oh, you are not told to self-tend. That's what's going on here. Go for the eyes, boo. Go for the eyes. I get that reference. Oh, gross. That is not the type of beaver that I wanted there. Dear Lord. Let's not put bone meal into our... Yeah, let's not do that. Thanks. So the plate armor is almost done for Guero. And then I'll work on uranium clubs for everybody else. This monument is really just moments away from being done, but it looks like we are out of pristine limestone yet again. Oh, almost have enough. Alright, Macho. That should be enough. The reason why I forbid these walls here is so that we can build it quicker, and then just build the walls last. Because if you have to go through stone doors or run around it, it's just slower. So that's one of the techniques I use to make monuments more quickly. And then, of course, the floors I'm going to finish in dev mode because that's a game bug and I can't make those floors. Looks cool, though. Well, kind of. Also kind of looks like a poop pit. Where is... Alright. And marine armor will go up here. All squared away. I've never seen that flooring before either. So, you know, it's new to me too. I'm not going to bother installing the vanometric power cell because I have absolutely no need for lights right now. Like, I guess I could put a standing lamp in there, but it wouldn't serve much of a purpose, so I'm not going to bother. Warden for hire. Oh, right. I forgot about this quest. Let me poll you all about that. Should we accept Warden for hire? Yes or no? So reinforced barrels, or gold and plasteel, or goodwill. 4 prisoners, nowhere to store them, wants us to take care of them. They are all going to be paralyzed with paralytic apasia, so it's a lot of wardening and a lot of doctoring. But that's fine. Well, not a lot of doctoring. Well, yeah, actually, it would be a lot of doctoring. You have to consider quests like these, because of the hygiene mod, we have to wash them, like sponge bathe the prisoners, because they won't be able to move, for better or for worse. And then a little demonstration as to why you can't use this as a prison. Critical alert. Monument will be destroyed. Doing anything to this monument invalidates the monument. It has to stay exactly the way it is for 15 days, or we lose reputation with... who? People of Mbexada? The Gentle Tribe. Yeah. It'd be best if that did not happen to us. Alright. Give you 1 more minute to vote on the Warden for hire, but it looks like it's a runaway poll where most of you want me to do it. Which is totally fine. Let's see. So before, we needed someone that is capable of, what is this? Minimum build. Let's go with Seabass. So purposely building a really terrible beds. Yes, by the great bows. All right, taking a look down here. I am adding doors so that we don't have to step on stuff, avoiding the deadfall traps. And it looks like, yes, we will accept Warden for Hire. So I will accept this, but I'm just going to wait a second until I can get everything squared away so that they're housed. Bye-bye, rhino meat. Wait, sea bass. Oh. Yeah, you're a ridiculously good constructor. I was looking at hunting. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Comfortable beds. Uncomfortable beds really makes very little difference. And protecting a friend. Ooh. Got my attention. Against a mech cluster? Yikes. That seems rough. Well, let me do the Warden for Hire at least. So, what reward to accept? Mortar, barrels, gold and plasteel, goodwill. Give you 2.5 minutes to vote on that. Oh, Hermie Union. Ah, someone that's already wounded, too. There is 22 of them. And they will be paying me a visit in just a second. So, one of the issues that I have, and unfortunately... Oh, it looks like... looks like Macho's already working on that, is I don't really have a lot of deadfall traps. And their doors are not built the way they need to be. Now these guys are preparing a while. So one of the things that I could do is to try to get out there and Manhunter pulse animals that I think stand a chance to harm them. I think the 4 giraffes on the west are going to be likely the most effective. That longsword looks interesting. Okay, it's a runaway pull, so I'm going to conclude it a little early. Oh man, they landed right next to the prison. Could not have planned that any better. You love the random smoke leaf joints in the middle of the traps? Yeah, it's that's bait. Let me do this right. That's bait. Anyone that goes on a bit of a binge will inevitably walk onto the traps, getting themselves harmed. The funny thing is, if they smoke there, then trying to leave the trap hallway, it becomes even more challenging because the likelihood of them tripping the traps when their consciousness is lower because they're high goes up. Everybody should be forced inside. And then my animal should be in the pasture, the dog, because it's not going to be safe outside with the raiders up around. Mr. Ra here is going to start to Manhunter pulse those giraffes. But what I need to do is I need to wait for the raids to start to come. Who else builds? Sea bass. Right, sea bass, you are going to be on Forbidden Zone, so you can build one more spike trap. At some point, it might be a wise idea for me to expand the spike trap hallway. I know relying heavily upon spike traps seems a little weird, and, like, I agree with you. The thing is, as brawlers only, it's not like we have a ton of alternatives. Can you just attack me already? Okay, they're beginning their assault, and they're going east, not west. Of course they are. Is drop rates possible? No, they're not. Because all of my enemies are tribal. Well, so, yeah, all my enemies are tribal, and tribals can't drop raid. And then mechs don't exist in the mod, except for through quests. Like this one, which is really strange. That I'm actually not sure that this is even acceptable, because there is no mech hive. It's a disabled faction, so I'm not really sure how mech clusters would work. Again, RimWorld doesn't really like to be modified in the ways that I modify it, so this is just RimWorld weirdness as a result of mods. Alright, so I'm going to try for these 2 giraffe and the rhino instead. And then pretty soon here, I should rally everybody else to be ready for this fight, because it's not a small one. I'm going to get Sabin down here. Where is... Oh, Seabass. Go build that last spike trap. So if there's 22 of them, Hyena doesn't really count. Hyena will be really easy to, like, gank. I need to down 11 before they retreat. Most raids retreat at half kill. I didn't hit the rhino, it wandered out of the zone. It's okay. Alright, Guero and Darzan. Front and center with probably Kynan. Now, I don't really love the idea of relying upon fire as a method of protection, but given the quantity of enemies that I'm finding myself consistently having to fight, unless I get some psycast like Berserk, it might just be required. I might not have the pleasure of being able to pick and choose how I deal with ingressing armies. This worked pretty well, though. Green. You are from the Army Union. The Army Union can actually be befriended. So I am going to capture him with the intent of releasing him. Oh, not my... Oh, man. Try to put that fire out. Alright, you, my little friend, are not going to get meds, but I will patch you up. And let's go ahead and allow all, and then allow these doors to be built too. Firefly, I don't know what you're doing, but stop, because you're going to get yourself killed. Alright. And we ended up with some giraffe that I can't even haul because this is full. Copy that. Cookers. Shellbell. Cook and Sabin. Cook. We need to make some room for more animals. All right. Animals. You can go back to animal hauling, and then... Oh, I guess I did slaughter that wildebeest. Yep. Hey, Crimson Rest. Almost 3 years. Thank you for the resub. Always a pleasure to have you here. Alright, Shellbell, start butchering the beavers. What do we, Okay, it looked for a second like she was, slow walking around there, but it was just my imagination. Alright, you guys down here. Meals works. I don't really care what they eat. I know I have to hand feed them though, so that's not great, but... Alright, Amun-Ra. Oh, they enjoyed their stay. Could you not? I want you not to come back. I feel like Gollum when I say that. I don't come back. Wadis and Tharphone, thank you for the follows, by the way. And cheers. Welcome. Did I get perfect pathfinding? I did. As you can see, people are actually using it and walking not like crazy people, but they're actually using the path. And it's glorious. The plate armor for Goro is now done, so Goro should be wearing that shortly. And I'm going to start on the heavy clubs. More puppy treats. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is don't allow sewing for a bit, because we have a lot of wood. We have, here, let me zoom out, 2,300 of it. So I think we're good for a bit. I'll even allow the passive coolers to be implemented. I'm not really going to worry about passive cooling Amun-Ra's bedroom, though. He's okay. How laggy is Perth of Pathfinding for large colonies? I haven't had an issue, but that doesn't mean there won't be for you. He's mad he only got one. Sorry, one peanut butter. Alright, here's the other half. Oh, and Goro is now wearing the plate armor. And it was good quality. That's too bad. I wish it was a little bit better than just good. But, you know, can't always win. And we are also getting uranium clubs. Now, the only issue with the uranium clubs is that they are not driven by manufacturing quality. Which means they can't be, like, good or excellent or whatever. They're all the same, identically. So at some point, it might be wise to start to incorporate other weapons into the colony. We are able to make longswords and maces, gladiuses, warhammers, axes, and the like. And they will have qualities, and they can outpunch the uranium maces if it is good. Yeah, you never notice they don't have quality? Clubs, regular clubs in RimWorld don't have qualities. They are affected by the materials that you make them out of. So a club made out of wood won't be as good as a club made out of uranium. I guess that brings me to another point, which is it depends on the material that you make out of it. So here's something that I almost never say. But if you take a look at uranium, blunt damage is increased by 150% and sharp damage by 110. So uranium is a material that is particularly good for blunt damage, but it will force you to swing slower as a result of the melee cooldown. Whereas wood, for instance, blunt damage is 90%. So wood doesn't make for very good clubs. So a wooden club is going to do 90% bonus of base, whereas a uranium club will do 150. Silver is pretty neutral. Blunt is 100, sharp is 85. And then, as you can imagine, plasteel is very good at cutting. Sharp of 110, blunt of 90, and cooldown is very fast. So plasteel blades will cut deeper and swing quicker. And jade and uranium clubs will bash harder. One of the reasons why blunt is such a good weapon type is most people have really good sharp armor. Most armors provide a lot of sharp protection, but not a lot of blunt protection. So blunt is a very effective damage type against armored targets, which is another reason to go with blunt weapons. So if you're trying to kill a centipede, for instance, and you have a choice between two weapons of identical DPS, one's blunt, one's sharp, the blunt will almost always kill the centipede faster, because centipedes are very sharp resistant, but they have very little blunt armor. Do I have a piece of jade? Yeah, oh yeah, here's jade. So jade has a blunt of 150, which is the same as uranium, but its melee cooldown is higher, meaning that you swing even slower. And it's obviously better to use jade on art and the like because of its beauty value, which is why you don't really see me making jade clubs. Thank you for tuning in to False God, which originally streamed live on Twitch, June 5th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com and the description of this video have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Ammonites.